My friends from here in the Holy Land, I want to welcome you first of all to my home, to my kitchen, and thank you for joining me today on our weekly Tuesday Facebook Live video from here in the Holy Land, where every week I either speak about a different issue or take you to a different place or answer your questions. So I want to encourage you once again to send in questions whenever you have them, and give suggestions of places that you want to see in Israel that I should report from, different things that I should show you, address. I know a lot of people asked to show you how I do my head wrapping, the headscarf, and so we will get to that. We will do that one week. I promise we will do that one week. So today I want to invite you to join me. I do a lot of cooking. I enjoy cooking. I think that cooking is one of the actually biblical mitzvot, a biblical commandment, good deed. I think of this story, there are so many different stories of Abraham, how he went and he fed the angels. We learned so many times about people cooking. One of the miracles in the temple was the lechem panim, that there was always fresh challah, fresh bread that was baking and sitting in the temple, ready and getting ready for Shabbat. That there are so many different things in the Bible. We even see from the first story of creation of Adam and Eve that what was the sin that we're still suffering for today? It has to do with food. It has to do with touching the tree, or it's actually not touching the tree, it's eating from the tree. That they weren't supposed to eat from, that Eve wasn't supposed to eat from, Chava as her name is in Hebrew. And so there's a lot of different things that we do today in Judaism actually to rectify the original sin. And so the way that we do that, as with anything, if you make a mistake, then you do the opposite. And so just as the food, there are many different variations of what the tree was that Chava, that Eve ate from in the story of Genesis. Some actually say it's wheat even. There are many different variations. A lot of people say that it was a grape tree, and so that's why on the Sabbath we make a special blessing over the grape juice or wine in order to lift it up to holiness. That when we make a mistake, we say we're sorry with our words, and then we use actions in order to show that we've really changed our ways. And so in Judaism, eating is a very, very foundational principle of rectifying the world, of fixing the world. That we take something physical, like food, and we could lift it up to spirituality. Now, how do we do that? How do we take something so physical, like food, and lift it up to spirituality? We do it in a few ways. First of all, we're conscious of what we do and we don't eat. Many of you have heard the word kosher. Is it kosher? Is it not kosher? Many people think that it means healthy. It doesn't mean healthy. Indeed, it means kosher has to do with, in the Bible directly it says that you should not cook a baby calf in its mother's milk. And it says you should only eat animals with split hooves that chew its cud. And so Jews to this day, just like maybe Christians could relate to that Jesus definitely kept kosher, Jews to this day keep that law, that biblical law of kosher, that we don't eat pork, for example, because a pig doesn't meet those requirements. We don't eat shellfish because fish have to have fins and scales. And so we eat tuna, we eat salmon, but we don't eat swordfish, for example. We go directly back to the Bible and how the Bible defines what is allowed or not allowed, and those are the laws that we keep to this day. So that's one way that we lift up food in order to bring it to holiness. Another way that's so simple that anyone could do is with a blessing. That I know Christians sit around and say a blessing before they eat, which is something that is so beautiful, and it's also biblical. Jews also say a blessing before we eat the food, and we say a traditional blessing. Christians will say a blessing from their heart. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful meal, for the people that are around the table to share it with, etc. And Jews say a traditional blessing, Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, blessed are you, God, King of the universe. And then depending on what we're eating, we finish that sentence. Borei pri ha'etz, that you make fruit from the tree, is what we say on fruit. Borei pri ha'adama, that you make vegetables from the ground, is what we say on vegetables, that there's all different blessings that we say. So I really look at cooking as something that is spiritual. It's a way that we could connect to our past, we could connect to our future, we could connect to God, and we could use all of our prayers while we're cooking, that the food should go to the right people, that it should fill our bodies and our families' bodies, anyone who's eating it, with holiness, because the way that our body runs is on this food. This food is transformed into energy, and then we use the energy, hopefully, for worship, for singing, for good deeds, for loving each other, for happiness. So we could pray that whoever eats this food, that their bodies will be filled with faith, filled with joy, filled with love. And so cooking is something that I love doing, that I do for my family often, that my children help me with, and that I really look at as avodat kodesh, holy work that we could be doing every single day, no matter what. Cooking is one of those things that you have to do no matter what. And so might as well do it with joy, might as well do it with intention, might as well infuse it with spirituality. And so, with that introduction, we will start cooking. I already washed my hands with soap. I have everything ready here, and I'll tell you, we're going to make Israeli food today. It's very easy, it's very healthy, it's kosher, and I'll show you what you need first of all to make it. First, these are the three things we're going to make. We're going to make, many of you have heard of tahini that you've bought in the store. I'll tell you, homemade, what we call in Hebrew tahina, is a lot more delicious, and it's so easy. This is like, many of you have heard of hummus that comes from chickpeas. Well, tahina comes from sesame seeds, and it's delicious. It's a sesame seed spread. So here I have, it's in Hebrew, so most of you probably can't read it, raw tahini that I bought from the store. This doesn't go bad. It's not like the already prepared tahini that you probably have bought if you've ever bought it, but you could get this actually at any health food store, any Middle Eastern store, and I've heard even that these days it's in most mainstream supermarkets also. So you're just looking for raw tahini. We have water, we have salt. I use pink Himalaya salt, it's healthier than the white salt, and half a lemon. That's what we're going to use for the tahini. For the Israeli salad, we have a red pepper, a tomato, cucumber, onion, lemon juice, olive oil, and salt, okay? And then, lastly, for the shakshuka, which is a special Israeli dish that's eggs mixed in tomato sauce and vegetables. It might sound a little bit weird, but for anyone who's been to Israel, who here has been to Israel and has eaten shakshuka? I have heard of so many people who said, ooh, it sounded so weird and it looked so weird, but I tasted it and it was so delicious. So for all of you who have been to Israel and eaten shakshuka, this is how you make it. So let's start with shakshuka. So I'm going to turn on the light here. I'm going to turn on my oven, my stove. I'm going to put in a little bit, and my sister, Tamar, who always watches my videos and is always following me and waiting for it. I want to send a shout out to you, Tamar. I love you, in New Jersey. I'm going to put a little bit of oil. This is canola oil. I'm going to turn the stovetop on medium or low. I'm going to cut up. I always cook with a plastic bag so I can put the garbage in it. It's just easier for me. So I'm going to cut up a whole onion. I'm going to chop it into little pieces, okay? So bear with me as I chop my onion for the shakshuka. So far we've put a little bit of canola oil in the pan. You can use whatever oil you want. I find canola oil is delicious, and they say that it's the healthiest. This is a good time, if I wasn't talking, that I would probably be saying some prayers, sending out some thoughts to my family who's going to be eating this, and hope that they'll enjoy it. So you don't have to cut it tiny. You could just kind of make big chunks like this. All right. So here we go. We're going to put it into the pan. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to cut up a red pepper that I already washed. This red pepper, actually all the vegetables, are from a local organic shuk. That means like a farmer's market. that here in Israel, everything is grown locally. Almost all of our vegetables, I once read a statistic that around 90% of the fruits and vegetables that the people in Israel eat are organic. And not organic, sorry, are locally grown. They're grown in Israel. So I know across the world there's a big movement to have locally grown fruits and vegetables. In Israel, that's just all the fruits and vegetables that you find. So in my city, and a lot of other cities also, instead of going to supermarkets to buy fruits and vegetables, they have little, what's called a shuk, a marketplace. And at this market, like a farmer's market, all the local farmers come and they bring their goods. So instead of bringing it to the supermarkets that they also do, you could buy it directly from the farmers. And I love going there and talking to the farmers and seeing their goods. And so all of this is grown in Israel. You probably won't be so lucky to make shakshuka with grown in Israel vegetables. And I'm just going to put this in the shakshuka. Okay. Now we're going to let this sit. Oh, okay, I almost forgot. I'm also going to take 2 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to cut those up to put in as well. This is all getting ready for our shakshuka. That's going to be delicious. And then when these vegetables are cooking a little bit, we will move on to make our Israeli salad. Okay. Here are 2 cloves of garlic that I'm going to add to this mixture. It already smells delicious. I'm going to give it a little mix and then leave it for a few minutes until it gets soft. Okay. So here's this. This is the base for the shakshuka. And the truth is, you could put almost anything in the shakshuka that you want to put in. If you have green leafy vegetables, you could put it in. If you have mushrooms, you could put it in. You could put in any vegetables there to simmer. Now we're going to move on. While that's simmering, we're going to move on to make the tahina, which is delicious. As I said, this is raw tahini. It's just a sesame seed spread, like you have peanut butter and almond butter and hummus, which is chickpeas. This is tahina. This is sesame seed spread. So this is not prepared. This is just raw. So this is the base for tahini, okay? So we're just going to pour some in the bowl. I'll show you how much. It's not an exact science. Enough to cover the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to put in around the same amount of water. So I'll show you how it looks. Maybe a little bit less. So here, that's how it looks. It looks a little bit watery, and depending on how thick or liquid you like it, you could put in more or less water. We're going to just mix it here. Keep mixing, mixing, mixing. We'll put in half a lemon that we'll squeeze in. This is a spread. We use it as a spread. So you can put it on bread. You could put it on your Israeli salad. You could put it on. I use a knife to get out all the lemon. Putting in half a lemon here. Okay, we could also put in a little salt, a few shakes, depending on how salty you like it. And it's not an exact science because tahina could either be liquidy or thick. My husband likes it very thick, as do I. And then we put it on crackers, and we put it on bread, or we put it on salad. You could really use it as anything. A lot of my friends use it just as salad dressing. It's very, very healthy. It's full of vitamins and all different things that are very good for you. So here you have, believe it or not, it's that easy, all ready tahina. So you could see it. I like mine pasty. And this is, if you've ever seen tahina, bought in the store, this is all ready to be served. And it's a beautiful side dish as well. Middle Eastern and delicious. A lot of people also will cut up some spices in it, different like leafy greens that they'll put in it. But I like it just like this. All right, so we're going to put this on the side. This is ready. And now we're going to work on the Israeli salad. Maybe if I didn't talk so much, the meal would go a little bit quicker, but it's good to talk when you cook. Or to pray. Going to give our shakshuka a little mix here. The onions are just starting to get a little bit light. The garlic is getting a little bit cooked. The red pepper is getting a little bit cooked. We're going to leave that still. Okay, now we're going to move on to our Israeli salad. Israeli salad is so easy because it's just chopped vegetables, but it's delicious. For some reason, these vegetables together, chopped, are delicious. So, again, I'm going to take my local organic cucumbers, and in Israel, when it's organic, you could eat the peel. So I'm not going to peel it. If you want to peel it, you could. And I'm going to chop it very small. So I'm going to take a cucumber, I'm going to cut it across the long way, turn it around, and cut it across again. I'm going to do that same one with the second cucumber. Here, cross, turn it, cross again, and then we're going to put them together and just cut on the sides. That makes it chopped without having to spend a lot of time. Goes very quickly. Now we're chopping the cucumbers. Again, this is a good time to pray that these cucumbers should enter the bodies of loved ones and give them energy and give them vitamins and minerals, that God should give them strength, that anyone who eats this salad, all of our family, all of our loved ones, all of our friends, should just have health and energy and happiness and blessings should just rain down on them. And this food should give them the ability to worship God with joy and laughter. So here we have our chopped cucumbers. Put it in a bowl. Next we're going to do the same thing with the red pepper. I'm going to cut it along the side. Okay, and again we're going to put it on its side, make lines, put this one on its side, cut lengthwise, close together, lots of different slits lengthwise. And then we'll put them all together, all of these little, you'll see all of these. And again, from the end, we'll just cut it off so that it gets chopped little without having to do a lot of work. This is a quick way. So far it's been around 10 minutes and we're almost done with our meal. My kids are going to come home and they're going to be very happy. So here we're going to add the red pepper to the cucumber. We have a tomato. We're going to dice the tomato by doing the same thing. Cut lines lengthwise and then turn it over and cut it from top down. Okay. I'd love to hear from you, your different meals that you make and different maybe traditions that you have in your family. Do you eat dinner as a family? Do you eat dinner with your husband, with your children, with your parents? Do you have any special foods that you make in your traditions? Do you come from a different country that you have special foods that you enjoy? I would love to hear about it, even if you could post a picture. Okay, I added the cucumbers, red peppers, tomatoes. Gonna mix it. And now I'm going to cut half of a onion. Okay, put this here, clean the workspace a little bit. Okay, we'll give the shakshuka a little stir. This is almost ready. Okay, and then almost ready for the next thing. I'm going to chop this onion. So Israeli salad, many of you have been to Israel, and what people always say about vegetables in Israel is that it doesn't taste like a regular vegetable. That they've never tasted vegetables in their life that taste like the vegetables in Israel. How many of you have been to Israel and thought the same thing? I go all the time with people visiting Israel to restaurants, and they say, I don't know, I've never tasted a cucumber until I came to Israel. A cucumber just doesn't taste like a cucumber. Now I know what a cucumber is supposed to really taste like. That the Israeli salad really just brings out the flavor of all of the vegetables that just taste so delicious. Okay, so here we have chopped cucumber, onion, red pepper, and tomato. And now we're going to dress it with half a lemon. I'm going to just put this all over. Okay, we've got half a lemon on this. That's also very healthy for you, lemon. So the dressing, a lot of times people say, oh, dressing isn't healthy, but this dressing is very healthy. We have olive oil. Mine's from Israel. You probably won't be as lucky. Just going to drizzle it on a little bit. We have salt. I use pink Himalaya salt. It's healthier, but you could use whatever salt you want. And we're just going to put it all over the vegetables. Lastly, we're going to take a little bit of black pepper and put a little bit of black pepper on. So the dressing is olive oil, salt, half a lemon, and pepper. Now you have a delicious and beautiful and colorful Israeli salad. All right, this is going good. I'm getting hungry. Okay, so now we have our tahina that's ready and delicious that we could put on the salad as well. We have our Israeli salad. And then for the main course here, our shakshuka is almost ready. So come over here so you can see what's happening over here. A little bit closer. All right, here you have the onions, garlic, and red pepper that have been roasting in a little bit of canola oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover it all across the bottom of the pan. We're going to take, I'm using canned tomato sauce. If you're really crazy, you can make your own tomato sauce. But I'm using canned tomato sauce. This is just regular pasta or pizza sauce. And we're going to pour it over these vegetables. We're going to pour it all across the vegetables. Okay, we're going to cover the vegetables with these. Not that they're really soaked in it, but that it's covered with the tomato sauce. All right. Now, you can see that this is heating up. And we are going to, one by one, put the eggs in. Now, these, I'm going to crack, we don't need blood. I want to make sure that there's no blood in the egg. So I crack one by one the egg in here, look for blood, and then put it in the shakshuka, okay? So I'm going to do this. Crack it. Okay, there's no blood. I'm going to just pour it in, keeping it whole. Good. I'm going to do the next one. You could add however many or however little eggs you want. But here you go. I'm going to just pour it in next to the one that I already put in. Okay, I'm going to just keep on doing this. Eggs, it's interesting, come from a chicken, as we all know. And so, what do you think? When the Bible says that you can't cook a baby in its mother's milk, a calf in its mother's milk, and therefore Jews don't eat milk and meat together, do you think that eggs we could eat with cheese? Does it constitute meat? What do you think? Do you think that an egg constitutes an animal, and so Jews don't eat it with milk? Write in what you think. I'm waiting. Let's see. Let's see what you think. Meanwhile, I'm just cracking the eggs and putting them on top of our vegetable and sauce mixture. Here you could see. Last one, and it's still on a medium flame. Here, last egg. Okay, none of these eggs had blood. That's good. Pouring the last egg in. Here you could come and see. 1 second, you could look there. I'm just going to wash my hands. You could look at the shakshuka. That's almost ready. Okay, I'm back. My hands are washed. Now, you're just going to let this cook. So if you want to make little holes in the middle so the top of the egg could go to the bottom of the pan, you can. Or you could take a cover and put it over. Let's get a bigger cover. 1 second. Get a little bit of a bigger cover. This is a little bit too big, but that's okay. I'm going to take a cover so the top of the eggs will get cooked. Put it over, lower the flame, and wait around 2 minutes until it's ready. Then when the shakshuka is ready, we will put it with the meal and we'll have it all ready. Meals are something that are very, very central to people of faith, or should be at least. It's a time when the family is together, when we could talk, when we put away our phones, we put away our computer, we put away all of our gadgets, and we just focus on each other. To start the meal with praying, to eat the meal together, it's something that nothing in the world could take the place of the family connection that happens at the dinner table, or at the breakfast table, or at the lunch table. Whatever meal that you're able to eat together with your family a day, it's something that will last forever. And it's something that's missing in society today. We're all too busy that we're eating on the run, and we have to be at work, and we have to be at school, and we have to do homework, and we have to watch our favorite television show that we don't want to miss. But there's nothing more important than family. And what we learn in the Bible from the story of Eve is that we could use food for good or for bad. We could be gluttonous and eat food that's not healthy, and we could shove our faces and eat too much and eat whatever we want because it feels good. Or we could eat with consciousness. We could eat healthy food that makes our body feel good. We could eat with prayer. We could eat with family. God says, I lay before you life and death. Choose life. And we could put that to food as well. We have food before us that we have to eat. We need it to live. But food could either bring us life if we use it correctly, or it could bring us death if we don't. That it's so important to use food for life and use it in holy, holy work. So let's check on this shakshuka. It's almost ready. Be ready in 1 minute, and then I will show you how we do it. So here we have our meal. I'm going to get out a plate to see. You know that the shakshuka is ready when the white part of the egg on top is no longer clear, but it's white. It looks like a cooked egg. So the yellow part, the yolk of the egg, will be a little bit creamy. In Israel, we call that a beitza ayin. It means the eye of the egg. And I think in America you call it, or in English you call it a sunny side up egg. I think that's what it's called. So here, the sunny side up part, the yolk, will still be a little bit creamy, which is delicious. And you could put this on bread. You could eat it plain. You could eat it on rice. I like it plain. Put it over my salad and over my tahina. I'm going to get out a plate and I'm going to serve it. And I will show you what a delicious meal we have. So let me get out a plate. Okay, this is nice and hot. I'd love to hear if you guys could post in the comments different prayers that you say with your family before you eat, or different traditions you have around meals. All over the world, there are different traditions when it comes to eating. And traditions are one of the most important things. And especially when it comes to food, everyone has different traditions. So I'd love to hear from you. Teach all of us. We have so many people watching these videos. I'm here in Israel. I just showed you. We could look over this. This Israeli salad that's made with cucumbers, red peppers, tomatoes, onions, and the dressing is just olive oil, salt, pepper, and lemon juice, and you'll never believe how delicious it is. We made some traditional tahina. They could make as thick or as pasty or as watery as you like. I like it pasty like this. That's easy and delicious and healthy. And the last thing that we made today was this shakshuka that seems to be taking a little bit longer than usual to be ready. So you know what? I'm going to let this continue cooking when you are, I'm going to let you go and I'm going to let this continue cooking. And it's going to cook for around another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to post a picture on my Facebook page of my plate with all the food that we cooked together, and you'll post in the comments your meal for tonight. Or if you try to make it, I'd love to see how it comes out for you. So thank you for joining me in making this beautiful traditional Israeli meal from here in my kitchen. I love having visitors with me when I cook. We'll taste some of the salad. Say the Hebrew blessing, thanking God for the vegetables from the ground. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adama. Delicious. Okay, b'te'avon, as we say in Hebrew. Enjoy your meal. Shalom from here in Israel.